Hey, this is Father Robert from Gadget at thetechstop.net. It's the place where it's always time to get your geek on. We're here at the Corning booth at the back of the Central Hall, CES 2011. I'm here with Hollis. Thank you for coming on. Now, you represent a product that a lot of us have used, but probably some of us don't realize we're using it. What is it?
Well, it's called Gorilla Glass. Okay. Gorilla Glass is a thin sheet aluminum silicate glass that we produce using the same process that we use to produce the world's LCD glass. It's a process where the glass flows over the outside of a forming tool, and the surface of the glass is never touched until it's in its solid state.
Oh, okay. So, in other words, regular glass, you mill it, you polish it afterwards. Gorilla Glass comes out ready to be used.
Gorilla Glass can be used either to make TFT displays, ready to use, no polishing, or it can be used to make cover glass, treating cover glass, which is the application we're talking about today, without grinding and polishing.
Now, a lot of people have heard about Gorilla Glass because of the iPhone 4, but it's also on laptops, it's on the Galaxy Tab, it's on phones. What are the properties of Gorilla Glass that make it desirable for technology?
Well, the products that I can confirm the Gorilla Glass on include the Galaxy Tab, a couple of the Galaxy phones, a few LG phones, Motorola Droids, etc. Right. The properties of Gorilla Glass, what makes it what it is? It has been formulated such that when you do an ion exchange, when you actually do diffusion, you can drive a deeper depth of layer versus standard photo line or window glass. So you build a thicker armor that protects you against damage and impact.
Okay, you got to explain that to me. So you're doing ion exchange. Does it change the lattice of the glass? What does it do to the properties?
The glass is formulated such that when you do the ion exchange process, you pull small sodium ions out of the body of the glass. And you stuff larger potassium ions into the body of the glass. When you do that, you put the surface under compression. You can do that to a much deeper layer than you can with soda lines. And once you have that surface of the glass under compression to that deeper layer, now you have a deeper, more solid impact and scratch resistance.
Now, one of the things that we were just blown away with when we walked into the booth is that this is glass. We thought that this was probably some sort of sheet metal, but this is actually Corning Gorilla Glass, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's paper thin and it's flexible. How can you do that? I mean, most of us think of glass as something really fragile. It snaps, it doesn't flex.
Well, by default, glass is a brittle material. When we produce using the fusion process, we can drive anywhere as low as 0.55, 0.5. Even in our LCD area, we're working on like a 0.3 millimeter thickness. But when you machine the glass, you actually do create flaws around the edge. The beauty of Gorilla Glass is the fact that you have that deeper depth of layer. And when you do ion exchange, now you encompass those flaws. So the flexural integrity of the glass is much better than soda.
Okay. Now, you have created a material that is it's different. It's not what people expect, and it has a lot of applications. Where do you see Gorilla Glass going in the next year? When we come around to CES next year, where do you see this technology creeping?
Well, we started with handhelds, music players, phones. We moved into the netbook and notebook space. Obviously, the newer form factor being slates. We look for that to be a big user of Gorilla Glass, and then you may have heard earlier announcement with Sony where TVs are going to be, the TVs and much larger devices are going to be the next era of play.
So Gorilla Glass is going to be everywhere, you may just not know it.
Correct.
Fantastic. Now, if they want to find out more about Gorilla Glass or any of the hundreds by now devices that use it, where should they go on the internet?
www.gorillaglass.com.
Thank you very much, Hollis. Thank you for spending the time. And you stay tuned because we're bringing you more geeky goodness from CES 2011.